My name is Katie Halligan, and I just completed the D.A.R.E program at St. Simon and Jude. I learned many new and important things during this program that I will use in the real world. First, we learned about self-esteem. Self-esteem is the way you feel about yourself. We set goals for ourselves to achieve and ways we can accomplish better. Goals can help you increase your self-esteem. I thought this was an important topic because people can be hard on themselves, and this is a way to help you think positive. Next, we learned about decision-making and consequences. We learned that first you should stop and understand the problem, then you should look at your choices and consequences, and then go and take action. If we make good decisions, we will have a good consequence, and if we make a bad decision, we will have a bad consequence. A consequence is what happens after you make a decision. I thought this was an important topic because if you don't know how to make a good decision, you won't have many good consequences. Along with decision-making comes the ripple effect. The ripple effect is the many results from a decision. The words responsible, respectful, and realistic help you do as so. Making good decisions throughout your lifetime is an important habit. Next, we learned about smoking and tobacco. There are 4 kinds of tobacco: chewing, pipe, cigarettes, and cigars. All 4 are bad for you and can cause lung cancer, heart cancer, a stroke, or mouth cancer. Your heart rate can speed up, you can lose your sense of smell, and stain your teeth and fingers, and many more bad effects. Around 500,000 people die a year from smoking, and 3,000 people die a year from being around people who smoke. Nicotine is addicting and is very hard to stop being addicted to. If you are under the age of 18 and smoke, you are breaking the law. Tobacco is a waste of time and money. I thought this was an important topic because if you run into a situation where someone is offering you a cigarette, you know the facts and you can protect yourself. Next, we learned about alcohol. Alcohol is found in wine, beer, and hard liquor. Alcohol can cause one to lose their memory, their coordination and balance, have poor judgment, and slow reflexes. If you have too much at once, you may become drunk. If you are addicted, you are considered an alcoholic. If you mix alcohol with medication, you may worsen the sickness or cause medication. There's about 75,000 alcohol-related deaths every year in the U.S. Drinking under the age of 21 is illegal. Teen bodies are still growing and alcohol can damage them. I thought this was an important topic because if you decide to go to a party when you're older, you should be aware of how much alcohol you can have and not to drive after if you have too much. During the class, we role-played to show real-life situations of alcohol and tobacco being offered to people and how to react to these events. We were told to know the facts and support them to defend ourselves. Next, we learned about peer pressure. Peer pressure is when someone your age tries to get you to do something you do not want to do. They say it in a positive way or in a teasing way or a bossy way. We learned how to support ourselves in these events and stand up for ourselves. I thought this was an important topic because when you are older and people try to make you do things you do not want to do, you can defend yourself. Then we learned about advertising. We learned how to be a smart consumer, buy healthy products, and what a target market is. A target market is a group of people which the product is advertised and sold to. Healthy products are products that will make the world a better place, will not break, and are a reasonable price. Being a smart consumer is buying a product that is good and you have done background research on. I thought this was an important topic because if you are interested in buying a new product you saw on TV, it would be good if you make sure it would not break and would satisfy you. After advertising, we learned about stress. Stress is a feeling of being nervous or tense. Stress happens when things overwhelm you, such as school, sports, or other activities. If you have a schedule and are organized, you can reduce your stress level. I thought this was an important topic because if someone is under stress and is offered you a cigarette, you would most likely say yes because you don't know what to say. If you deal with stress, if you know how to deal with stress, you can say a firm no answer and state the facts. Next, we learned about communication skills. Communication skills are when you send and receive messages. You send messages using verbal and nonverbal skills. Verbal skills are talking and speaking. Nonverbal skills are using expressions and body movement to send messages. We learned about being a good listener and receiving messages. We learned about being a passive and active listener. Being a passive listener is responding using short phrases and making eye contact, shaking your head to respond, and using your body. Active listening is asking questions and making additional comments. When you occasionally make additional comments, it shows that you're paying attention. I thought this was an important topic because people's feelings can get hurt when you don't pay attention to them. Then we learned about social skills. Social skills included 3 different things: problem solving, avoidance, and confrontation. Confrontation is when you shout or attack the person by being physical. Avoidance is when you walk away from the situation and don't do anything to help. Problem solving is the best style, working together with the other disputant to make a compromise. When you use this style, you make a fair decision on both disputants' part. I thought this was an important topic because if you know that problem solving is the best style, you will work to solve the problem this way. Finally, we learned about assertiveness. Assertiveness means being able to stand up for yourself calmly and firmly. If you are assertive, you will participate in behaviors where you feel comfortable. I thought this was an important topic because learning to be assertive is a good way in order to be confident in yourself. I really enjoyed the D.A.R.E program and learned a lot from Officer Mike. I hope you enjoyed my speech. Thank you for listening.
The other essay winner from Mrs. Cummings class was John Bunnis.